What if I told you that one of the most addictive substances on Earth is probably in your kitchen right now? Today, we are going on an insane journey, counting down the top 10 most addictive drugs in the world, and trust me, some of these are going to absolutely blow your mind. We're talking about substances that can hijack your brain, change your life forever, and in some cases, end it. This isn't just about illegal street drugs. We're looking at things you can get from your doctor, or even your local coffee shop. We've spent weeks digging through scientific studies, talking to experts, and compiling data from sources like the National Institute on Drug Abuse, the World Health Organization, to create the most accurate and shocking list possible. Stick around, because we're starting the countdown right now. Kicking off our list at number 10 is something you probably had this morning: caffeine. I know what you're thinking, caffeine? Really? But listen to this. It's the most widely consumed psychoactive substance on the entire planet. Over 85% of adults in the United States consume it daily. That is an absolutely staggering number of people relying on a substance just to get through their day. It's so normalized we don't even think of it as a drug, but it absolutely is, and it works by blocking the sleep-inducing chemicals in your brain. You might not think it's a big deal, but have you ever tried to skip your morning coffee? That pounding headache, the fatigue, the irritability, those are real withdrawal symptoms. It's your body literally screaming for its fix. While it's not going to destroy your life like the other drugs on this list, the sheer scale of dependence is what lands at a spot here. It's the definition of a gateway drug, not to other substances, but to the very concept of chemical dependency itself. The reason it's only at number 10 is because the potential for serious harm is incredibly low compared to everything else we're about to discuss. It perfectly illustrates the basic principle of addiction. Your body adapts to a substance and then craves it when it's gone. It's a subtle trap, but a trap nonetheless. It makes you wonder, if something as simple as coffee can do this, what can the truly powerful drugs do? Coming in at number 9 is cannabis. For years, the debate has raged. Is it addictive or not? Well, the science is in, and the answer is a definitive yes. While it might not be physically addictive in the same way as some of the monsters further down this list, the potential for psychological dependence is very, very real. The surprising fact is that about 9% of people who use cannabis will develop what's called cannabis use disorder. That number jumps to a shocking 1 in 6 if they start using it as a teenager. It means your mind becomes convinced it needs the drug to relax. It needs the drug to be creative. It needs the drug to sleep. Or it needs the drug just to feel normal. It's a mental craving that can be just as powerful as a physical one. When regular users try to quit, they can experience irritability. They can experience anxiety. They can have sleep disturbances. And they can suffer intense cravings. It's a slow burn that can sap your motivation. It can affect your memory. And it can leave you in a state of chronic apathy. For some, it becomes a crutch that prevents them from developing healthy coping mechanisms. Over time, this can lead to missed opportunities, strained relationships, and a failure to reach one's full potential. Compared to the drugs higher on this list, the relative risk is still considered lower. However, the widespread use and the misconception that it's harmless make it a significant public health concern. The trap is mental, but the consequences are real. And the next drug on our list takes the danger to a whole new level because quitting it can actually kill you. At number 8, we enter the terrifying world of prescription drug addiction with benzodiazepines. Xanax, Valium, Klonopin. These are powerful tranquilizers prescribed for anxiety and sleep disorders, but the trap they set is one of the most dangerous on this list. The addiction can take hold incredibly fast, sometimes in just a matter of weeks, even when taken exactly as prescribed by a doctor. The reason they're so addictive is that they work by enhancing a neurotransmitter called GABA, which is like hitting the brakes on your brain. Your brain quickly gets used to this artificial sense of peace and stops producing its own calming chemicals effectively. This creates a terrifying dependency. The withdrawal is not just uncomfortable, it can be life-threatening, causing seizures, psychosis, and in some cases, death. Millions of people have prescriptions for these drugs, and a significant portion end up misusing them, taking more than prescribed, or using them for longer than recommended. This isn't just about people looking for a high. It's often about patients trying to escape crippling anxiety, who then find themselves trapped in a vicious cycle of tolerance and withdrawal. The medical context makes it even more insidious. People trust their doctors, and they take the pills they are given, often unaware of the profound addiction risk they are undertaking. Their ability to create a severe, life-threatening physical dependence places them firmly at number 8. Crashing onto our list at number 7 are prescription opioids: oxycodone, Vicodin, Percocet. It often begins with a legitimate prescription for pain, after surgery and injury for chronic conditions, but these pills do more than just block pain. They flood the brain's reward centers with dopamine. And that feeling is what starts the countdown to addiction. We're talking about a direct pipeline from the doctor's office to the street. The potential for overdose is incredibly high. Taking too much can slow your breathing until it stops completely. The intense, agonizing withdrawal kicks in. Their high addiction potential, lethality, and tragic role in the epidemic cement number 7. Chapter 5. Taking the number 6 spot is a substance that's not only legal but celebrated in cultures all over the world. Alcohol. Dramatic contrast. Celebration versus devastation. We use it to celebrate. We use it to socialize. We use it to unwind. Yet it's one of the most addictive and harmful drugs on this list. It destroys families. It destroys careers. It destroys lives. Its legality and accessibility are what make it so dangerous. Let's look at the brutal numbers. Alcohol use disorder is one of the most common addictions globally. Millions struggle, millions more binge drink. Consequences are catastrophic: liver disease, heart problems, cancer, severe brain damage. But the physical toll is only half the story. Alcoholism rips families apart. It fuels violence. It factors into accidents, injuries, and deaths every year. Like benzodiazepines, alcohol works on the GABA system. It also hits the dopamine system. It affects opioid receptors too. The physical dependence is severe. Abruptly quitting after heavy use can lead to delirium tremens. DTs can be fatal without medical supervision. People can and do die from alcohol withdrawal. Detox can kill. The social and psychological trap is profound. Because alcohol is everywhere, escaping is incredibly hard. Every commercial tempts you. Every restaurant tempts you. Every social gathering tempts you. Normalization makes denial easy. Everyone drinks, I'm just having fun. Meanwhile, their life unravels. Denial makes treatment difficult. Placing alcohol at number 6, the scale of devastation justifies it. Prescription opioids are a gateway for many. Alcohol is a widespread, socially sanctioned destroyer with brutal withdrawal and astronomical harm. It's a legal killer hiding in plain sight. Next, stimulants. Not to get your day started, but to get ahead. And the cost can be your mental health. Chapter 6 at number 5, we have amphetamines. We're talking about prescription stimulants like Adderall, Ritalin. These drugs are prescribed to treat ADHD, but their misuse has exploded, especially among students and young professionals desperate for a competitive edge. People take them thinking it's a harmless way to study longer, work harder, be more productive. They see it as a smart drug, a simple life hack. These drugs work by dramatically increasing dopamine and norepinephrine, creating intense focus, energy, and euphoria. But your brain isn't stupid. It reduces its own dopamine production and trims back its receptors. Off the drug, you feel sluggish, foggy, unmotivated. You start to need the drug not to get ahead, but just to feel normal. Users become convinced they cannot perform without it. High doses can lead to paranoia, anxiety, hallucinations, and serious cardiovascular problems. The crash after a binge reinforces the desire to redose. Amphetamines earn number 5 for hijacking ambition and turning it against you. Chapter 7. Coming in at number 4 is MDMA, more commonly known as ecstasy or Molly, associated with music festivals, dancing, and feelings of love and connection. It creates this effect by causing a massive flood of serotonin. The brain's serotonin supply is depleted, leading to severe depression, anxiety, confusion, and paranoia. Heavy, long-term use can damage serotonin neurons. And what's sold as MDMA is often cut with meth, bath salts, or fentanyl, Russian roulette with every pill. Even pure MDMA risks overheating and organ failure, especially in hot, crowded venues. MDMA's potent neurochemical impact and lasting mood damage secure number 4. And, as we enter our top 3, the addictive potential skyrockets into a whole new dimension of danger. Breaking into our top 3, at number 3, is cocaine. This is a drug of extremes. It prevents the reuptake of dopamine in the brain's reward circuit. Dopamine floods the synapse. Euphoria, confidence, energy. The high is intense and immediate, but incredibly short-lived. 5 to 30 minutes, followed by a crash, leading to binge patterns, hit after hit. Crack, a smokable form, reaches the brain even faster, making the high more intense and addiction more rapid. Consequences: destroyed nasal septum, severe cardiovascular damage, heart attacks, strokes, and profound psychological effects. Paranoia, psychosis, violent behavior. The constant pursuit ruins finances, destroys relationships, and leads to a life dominated by a single obsession. Cocaine earns top 3 for the sheer speed and power of its grip. The binge and crash cycle is brutally destructive. At number 2, if cocaine is a forest fire, methamphetamine is a nuclear bomb. Meth triggers a tidal wave of dopamine and keeps it in the synapse longer. The high can last 12 hours or more, an eternity compared to cocaine. It's neurotoxic, destroying dopamine and serotonin receptors. Severe cognitive and emotional problems follow. Physical decline is shocking. Relapse rates are among the highest. The brain's reward system can take years to heal, if it does. Long-term psychosis can mimic severe schizophrenia. And here it is, the number 1 most addictive drug on the planet, heroin, other illicit opioids, fentanyl. This is the undisputed king of addiction. No other substance creates such a powerful dependence so quickly. It is the final destination for many who started on prescription opioids, the driving force behind an overdose epidemic killing hundreds every single day. Heroin converts to morphine and binds opioid receptors, an overwhelming wave of euphoria and pain relief. The brain cuts its own endorphins. Very quickly, the body forgets how to manage pain or feel pleasure. They become physically dependent, needing the drug just to avoid excruciating withdrawal. Uncontrollable vomiting, diarrhea, extreme muscle and bone pain, unbearable restlessness, cold flashes. The user isn't chasing the high anymore. They're running from the sickness. Fentanyl, 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. A few grains can be lethal. It's commonly mixed into heroin and other drugs. Overdose deaths have skyrocketed. People take what they think is a normal dose, but it's laced with fentanyl. Breathing stops in minutes. EMTs rush with naloxone. It's Russian roulette with nearly every chamber loaded. Heroin and its synthetic cousins are number 1 for a reason: highest addiction potential and highest risk of fatal overdose. Physical dependence is absolute. Psychological craving is all-consuming. Lethality is off the charts. It rewires the brain for a singular purpose: get the drug, or suffer and die. We've just journeyed from a daily cup of coffee to the deadliest substances on Earth. The one thing connecting them is the power to hijack the brain's reward system. Addiction isn't a moral failing, it's a chronic disease of the brain. It can happen to anyone: your friend, your family member, your neighbor. The purpose of this video wasn't to scare you, but to arm you with knowledge. If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope, and you are not alone. There are resources, there is treatment, and recovery is possible. I'm putting links in the description below to organizations that can help.